Have a great day, everyone! Run fast!
You're not running for
Meg.
We were neighbors in Given Hall, and she was just a really great girl, very inspiring, and especially of her athletic abilities, because I'm lacking, but she's just really great.
I've always wished that I could run just as much as Meg did.
The first time I ever met Meg was actually on our way down to Miami, Florida, and I'll still remember always the late night talks that the whole group had and how we all related so well together, and how she was like a sister that I never had. And it was so nice to be able to relate with someone that I never knew, and we got so close so quickly. And that's just something I'll never forget about her, how much she cared for everybody else, and even though she didn't have sometimes the best life that you could say, she always knew that someone out there always had it worse off than her, and it's what I really took from her, and I'll just never forget that about her.
My favorite memory of Meg is definitely seeing her finish the Pittsburgh Marathon. It was just so inspirational. I remember a couple weeks later I was talking to her. I'm like, you know what, you make me want to run a marathon, just because the smile on her face was just incredible, just seeing that she accomplished something like that. And she's just inspirational to so many people. And I miss you, Meg, and everyone does. And I know you're watching over all of us.
Okay, I just want to say that I'm here doing this for Meg, and Meg, you were a bright spot in my day. And
Good morning. Good morning.
I'd always see Meg at the rec center, and there was one day we were both there. It was a weekend, and we always saw each other there, and we were both there like 10 minutes early, and she said to me, we would be the only two here 10 minutes early before this opens, and then the person was late with the key. But I just always saw Meg everywhere outside running, beat past each other. So.
Hi, I'm Jared Lipsy, and Meg was a beautiful person, wonderful girl, and every time I would come home after soccer or drumline, I'd see her car parked in my yard, I'd instantly get happy and be ready to just see her again, because she was dating my brother for a while before she passed away, and it was just always fun to see her and have her around the house.
My name is Lindsay Swartz, and one of my favorite memories of Meg was one time at Crew. She came in with this bagel, and I asked her, what kind of bagel is that? She said pumpkin pie, and I'm like, oh, I love pumpkin pie, and she's like, I do too, and I'm like, the only really reason why I like pumpkin pie is because I'm born in October, and she's like, I'm born in October too, and I'm like, where'd you get it? She's like, Panera, it's the best. I'm like, oh man, I wish there was a Panera up here, and she goes, well, you know what I could do for you? I'll go and get you a pumpkin pie bagel. And I was like, if you would, I would love you forever. So a week passed, and I was at Crew, and she didn't show up, and I was like, oh man. But then the next week, she came in with a pumpkin pie bagel with my name written all over it. She's like, here you go, I got you this pumpkin pie bagel. And I was like, thank you so much, Meg. This is awesome. Yeah, it was a complete blessing. So.
My name is Jackie. I met Meg at Crew. She came a few times, and she was the only one that could pull off yoga pants and a jean jacket. She always looked stylish.
Hi, I'm Megan, and I was in the same dorm hall as Megan my freshman year, and we didn't know each other really well, but we'd always, every time I saw her, she always had a smile on, and we just always said hi, saw how each other were doing, so it was always nice to see her on campus, and just see her smile and seeing her out running, so she was always a blessing to see.
Definitely the best memory I've had of Meg was when we were at a campus crusade for Christ of Rent, and it was actually a Bible study that we had, and afterwards she just expressed just a deep concern for her life, and I was able to talk to her, and we ended up praying, and it was just an awesome time of seeing God come down, heaven on earth, and just a real transformation in Meg. And after that, just seeing her after that and saying, hey, how's it going? The only thing I wish is I wish I could have talked to her more and been around her more and followed up more with her. But it was awesome just to see a big change and just a smile and just joy in her life. We love you, Meg. You lived an awesome life.
My name's Becky Deal. I graduated in 2012. My fondest memory of Meg and how we met, we went to New Orleans together to Habitat for Humanity, and we did Mardi Gras together, and she was just such a giving person, an inspirational person, and despite the heat and despite the hard work, she never stopped working. She never lost a good attitude. She kept everybody going. So to meet her on those terms was great, and she never changed. The more I knew her, she was just that person. She really lived life to the fullest, and she's definitely missed, and she's a great person.
Meg was a nice person 100% of the time, almost 100% of the time. She was a really great person who always, helped and supported me with all my writing stuff, so she was a very good friend.
My name is Mark Liberto. I knew Meg. I was an advisor for her for a trip we took to Miami for a leadership conference, and that's actually how I met Meg and Dan. And Josh Domitrovich as well, who helped organize this 5K and 10K. There was one night where Meg didn't want to, her roommates were like loud, and she wanted to come hang out with Josh and I. So Josh, Meg, and I just literally stayed up till 3 or 4 in the morning talking just about really basic human things that you kind of get far away from the older you get when you get involved with college and all the nuances. And I kind of felt like a kid in high school again or something like that, hanging out with her. Even though we had a conference in the morning, we just talked all night. I had a great time. She left a good impression when we were down there. And you just kind of had a special feeling about her. The one thing I remember though, on the flight back, Dan and Meg were sitting next to this guy. He's probably in his 30s or 40s, and he was kind of a disgruntled businessman. I think he was probably going through some rough patches in life. He wasn't happy, and he had this very selfish view on the world, and he said people just want what they want, and money's everything. And there's Meg, 20-some-year college student, just arguing against this person, and just with the strongest spirit. And I couldn't help but just notice that and just be happy. Here's a student from my university, but here's this person just kind of standing up. She's young and she's going through all the older adult things, but here she is still not changing her position. And I knew if she was still with us today, she'd be like that for the rest of her life. So that's always how I remember it.
I think my favorite thing about Meg was the fact that she always had this really great messy bun. No matter where she was, if she was in Gemmel or if she was working out, she was always rocking the messy bun. It always really showed her personality, how easygoing she was. I know I was with Meg at a conference in Miami, and I really got to know her through that experience and working with her after that. And I really got to see her personality and how fun and simple she was as far as her outlook on life. It was just very pure and genuine.
I met Meg through Dan, and I think the first time I really hung out with her, we went hiking down to the river, and it was just so much fun. It was the first time I'd ever done that, and she was so helpful to me, being the only other girl there with a couple other guys. And she didn't make me feel like I was holding anyone back. But other than that, I would always see her at the gym running or cycling, and she was really an inspiration for me to do my first 5K, because I thought, if she's here all the time doing this, then so can I.
Oh, Megan was my girl. We loved her. She was just like one of my girls. She was always here, forever. There's nothing I didn't like about Megan. I just loved her with all my heart. She's so hardworking. She's so dedicated and such a good friend. Those are the things that I'll always remember about her. That beautiful smile and her heart. And I still love her, and I always will.
Okay, I'm Daniel's mom, Carolyn, and the first time that we met Megan, we instantly loved her and enjoyed being with her, and I would look forward to her visiting our family. And I always felt that Dan was safe when he was with Megan, because he's a little bit of a free spirit, but I knew if she was around that she would ground him a little bit. And I know when he goes on this bike and build trip that he's going to be safe, because he's going to be carrying Megan in his heart. And I will always love and miss my Megan.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What I love most about Meg is that every day she made a conscious effort to make herself a better person and the world around her a better place. I love you.
Meg, she's been my best friend throughout Clarion, and I think the reason we kind of got along so well is that we always saw eye to eye on just really life in general. I mean, we kind of had the same, simple outlook on life, just wanted to have fun and be happy, and we kind of always had this, unspoken competition between the two of us. She would run, 5 miles one day, then I'd try to run 6 the next day, and, beat each other's times and stuff like that. And I just know that, throughout my cross-country biking adventure, she's going to be there with me, you know, pedaling along next to me saying, "Come on, Dan, let's get going, let's get going." So.
Okay. Megan and I were not just best friends, but one of my favorite things is that we were best Oreo friends. So she only liked the cookie part of the Oreo, and I really liked the inside of the Oreo. So we would eat them, obviously, twist the Oreo. She would eat the cookie part, I'd eat the other half. Or she would just take the whole thing and, like, scrape the inside out and then, like, stick it onto my Oreo. It sounds really gross now, as you say it, but that's just what best friends do. You eat the inside of your best friend's Oreo. And I think about her like that, kind of like an Oreo, is that we just fit together. It's like we were made for each other. We just went perfectly together, just like an Oreo. And I think my favorite thing about Meg was that she was just a great friend, and she is the only person I know that truly put others first every time. And she was just the most selfless and caring person that I've ever met, and I try to be more like her every single day.